I'm gonna eat a little cherry tomato. Just because I can, and no one can stop me. They're pretty heckin' good. Hey guys, what's going on? We are going to let people know that we are doing stuff in the schedule. In the schedule. Go ahead and paste that in. We're doing a bit of a morning stream. Mostly just because I wanted to get some more stuff in the room done. Not a ton has changed from what we have already done. Not an absolute ton at the very least. We mostly are just these are really good tomatoes. Like I haven't had cherry tomatoes in like forever. We are mostly just trying to get some stuff done in the stream. You may notice the amazing job I did on the bike here. I put the logo haphazardly on it, and it's sticking out on either side. It's great. I'm amazing. Forget about the person who actually made the actual like bike or anything. Nah, I'm the artist here. I am the greatest. But yes, I mostly just wanted to get in and do some more things and show you guys what I've basically gotten done since you guys were here the last time, which was mostly just getting the cards. I have all the cards settled. The heck? It was a follow. Calebrush. Thank you very much. Caleb Rush. Thank you very much for the follow, my dude. I'm going to move some things around because for some reason it's not letting me see things the way I want them to. So I'm going to move that over here and hopefully that'll work a little bit better. Now I can see that. Now I can see things a little bit easier. So yeah, hey, what's going on, my dude? Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated, much appreciated. All right. So the main thing that we're going to be doing is importing some cards, maybe working on some decks, letting you guys see some of the base ideas for the decks here. Also, here you guys go. You guys get an awesome freaking illustration done by myself. Again, I'm the artist here. Let's be perfectly fair. I am the main artiste when it comes to all things perfect in every single way. Thank you for the sub. Heck, Lindo, why you subbing? Why you and Dragon Rune as well. Thank you guys very much. Any ideas for some fun minor NPCs yet? I literally just had a conversation with Lindo about him giving me a whole bunch of just NPCs, just body diverse, hair diverse, everything diverse NPCs, so that I can throw in some neat stuff. I already have all the ideas for the NPCs down. I need to have the art so that I can flush them out in my brain. Because I've already basically figured out a lot of other things. Doodlebopped! Thank you for the 2 tier 1 subs. One of them over to Tyler, and the other one over to Combat Womble. Thank you very much, my dude. Much appreciated, much appreciated. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Rasher? So, the main idea right now is, again, to import some cards. I'm importing the entirety of Legend of Blue Eyes today, just to kind of get that into the room. We're not gonna import all of the different card sets, but Legend of Blue Eyes and I think Magic Raiders, or Magic Rulers, my bad, are the 2 that we're going to be using the most as far as changing some of the cards. So getting those in, figuring out which ones we're wanting to change up and add on to as far as like new archetypes, new sets, new things like that are concerned, is the best idea. And again, all of our artists are currently working on new stuff. Lindo's working on a bunch of NPC art as well as the actual satellite map, which is going to be pretty cool. Krabozi's working on some things on his own for like a really neat archetype that we're going to be throwing in at some point that I'm going to have to give a much bigger role with all the stuff we've talked about throwing in that. Will's working on some more of the thriller archetype. And we're going to get some other people on some other stuff very, very soon. But let me go over some of these things here before we do much of anything. I also have to grab Swamp Mirror and Sixth Sense at some point to throw in here because these 2 cards are going to go into the first deck of one of the players. The main idea in deck building right now is I want 2 things in each, or I guess 3. Let's go ahead and throw down a little square here so that we can all get on the same page for the deck building aspect here. Here's our square. This is what's going to make a deck. We need the majority of the cards need to be monsters. And among those monsters, I want most of them to be normal monsters. This is again just for starter deck purposes. We need to make sure that the starter decks are going to be the main thing, and then a minor in things here. So other than that, we want a near equal thing for magic and traps. So magic and traps need to be nearly equal when it comes to this stuff. However many magic and trap we put in, we want there to just be like mainly the same. With all of that in mind, I want at least 3 cards to be brand new cards. Wow. That means either cards that we have come up with or cards that we have changed in some way. These are going to be 3 new cards in the deck, whether they be monsters, traps, or magics. They need to be 3 brand new spanking cards. And finally, I want there to be at least 5 of the deck, whether it be monster, magic, and trap. I want them to be 5 good cards or powerful cards. So when it comes to this here, if we were to say like have a 40 card deck, at least 8 of them need to be 5 powerful cards, 3 new cards. And then the rest of them are filler. It's going to be the rest of the 32 cards are going to be filler cards that work with whatever archetype we go with. For example, the thriller archetype is going to be mostly comprised of beasts, fiends, and undead support. For example, the last thing I want to make sure of, and this is where we're going to use the blue color because blue is good. The last thing is I want there to be 1 among these 5. I want 1 of them to be a really, really good card. 1 of the 5 is going to be a really, really good card. What, for example, change of heart. For example, a very powerful like one-off card that is usually banned. I'd like to give each player at least 1, so they're each going to get at least 1 like really good card. Monster Reborn, Change of Heart, things like that. So going through the decks we've made so far, I think this one is probably the best one for it. This is Anthony's potential starter deck, and again, it's going to change up because we don't have the 3 new cards in yet. We don't have the everything fully in yet, but this is kind of like what we're going with. Anthony's going to be starting off with like a synchro. Again, this could be the final deck or it could be the starter deck. I don't know yet. Anthony's going to have kind of a warrior deck going down in the beginning. He's going to change up drastically as we go into the game. By the way, this is not nearly going to be the actual deck that he's going to want to go for. But this is kind of like the starter before I get the 3 new cards in and how I plan to do things here. We have 10 magic cards in here, 10 trap cards in here. We know that that's not a great balance for a deck. You don't want to just have half of your deck be magic and traps in a lot of scenarios unless they are really, really good. But this is where a lot of the filler is coming in. So with Anthony, if we go through his magic cards, he's getting Monster Reborn. That is the main 1 mega card he's getting. So among his 5 big cards, he's getting Monster Reborn. You could also make a bunch of claims for like Shield Crush and Hammer Shot as being really good cards. He has like different ways to move things for attack and defense. He also has remove, trap, and dispel, just again for mostly filler. He has polymerization. He's gonna probably end up having 2 or 3 polymerization-esque cards in his deck. And again, Nobleman of Crossout can also be considered a really good card if you really want to be going into that. But I don't consider those extremely good. But they are pretty decent cards all around. You know, they all kind of have the same function though. One is getting rid of face down card. One is getting rid of a attack mode card. One is getting rid of a defense mode card. Pretty. Yeah. Is it still in Pokemon Snap? How dare! I will change it. I changed it twice before stream. I thought it would do things. There we go. It should be changed now. Thank you very much. Is he getting Ultra World Fusion? Yes, he is going to be the one who's going to start off with Ultra World Fusion. That's why I said polymerization-esque cards. I'm pretty sure I'm going to give Ultra World Fusion to most of them, but he's going to be starting off with it in his deck. And again, this could be a completely different deck by the time I'm done, but this is kind of what I've gotten so far. As far as the actual like very core of the deck is going to be concerned. Obviously, I want to basically throw in a bunch of other cards at him and be like, hey, here's all of these cards, make a deck, basically. I'm going to be giving him these cards plus like, we'll say like 10 to 20 more. And then we'll tell him to make a deck and then I'll take away the other cards, basically. So these are the cards that I have picked out just for right now without the 3 new cards added into that. But yes, Ultra World Fusion is probably going to be one of his 3 new cards. If you look through here, Staunch Defender's pretty good, Covering Fire's pretty good, Enchanted Diamond's pretty good, Just a Break's pretty good, Limit Reverse is pretty good. Champion Vigilance is not the greatest card in the world, but I'm really hoping that he finds some way to use it. Gift of Mythical Elf, not very good. Fake Trap, everybody has a Fake Trap. That's the meme. Wabaku and Hope for Escape. Again, not a great card, but a pretty, but an interesting card. That's basically his deck. Just basically has a bunch of very kind of interesting trap cards. None of them are great. Enchanted Javelin's okay. None of them are absolutely fantastic, but he does have, you know, enough stuff to kind of make his own, you know. So that's pretty good. None of them, I would say none of them, except for maybe Just a Break, actually would be considered a fantastic card. But then we get into his monsters. This is where a lot of the big cards are going to come into play. If you guys remember, in the original DARP, 1,800 attack points is a big deal. 1,800 attack points is a pretty big deal for like cards. Especially in the beginning of the game, at least in the beginning of the campaign. So having monsters that are around that is really good. Warrior of Zera, very good. Elemental Hero Clayman with the 2,000 defense. You'll see a lot of 2,000 defense monsters in this guy's deck, mostly because of Shield and Sword. Shield and Sword's really good with that kind of stuff. Armageddon Knight is actually useless in this deck. I put it in here, but Armageddon Knight's kind of useless in this deck. He doesn't have any dark monsters. But Armageddon Knight's pretty cool. Masaki Legendary Swordsman, mostly just for Flame Swordsman. Blade Knight, 1,600 again, getting really close to that thing. But Blade Knight is really good because the effect makes him go up to 2,000, which is really good. Little Wingguard, Little Wingguard's pretty neato. I like him. He's just a little neato. Gaia the Fierce Knight, pretty interesting card. I'm debating on starting him off with Gaia the Dragon Champion. I don't know yet. I may or may not. We'll have to see. Little Swordsman of Landstar. It's pretty okay. Dawn Knight, much better than Armageddon Knight. He does have actually some light monsters in here, including Shine Knight. Also, I think it's not the... I thought he had more attack points, but he doesn't. But yeah, this boy is pretty good. Shine Knight's pretty good. Elemental Hero Sparkman. Another 1,600, just kind of beater monster. This one's really good. This is actually one of the 5 good cards I wanted to throw in here. You guys may not think of it as true, but Electric Virus is such a fucking good card, especially in a roleplay environment. It is crazy how neat Electric Virus actually is. Just discarding it from the hand to take control of machine or dragon type monster your opponent controls, so powerful, especially with lower life points. I consider that one of his 5 good cards. Um, Neo the Magic Swordsman, 1,700 attack points. Oh my gosh. And one of the only cards in his deck that isn't a warrior as well. However, there are some other spellcasters like Mystical Elf, again, another 2,000 defense monster. White Magician Pikaru to give him back some life points. We have Flame Manipulator. We have Hinawata for a tuner. Wanted to make sure he had at least one tuner in his deck, which again, another discardy card. It's really good. We got Skell Angel, which again, just a draw card. Curse of Dragon, because again, I may or may not give him Gaia the Dragon Champion. Not sure yet. Another one of his good cards though is our boy here, the Light Hex Sealed Fusion. For his deck, the Light Hex Sealed Fusion is going to be absolutely fantastic. While he doesn't have any light monsters to actually fuse into, having this just be a substitution card for any one fusion material monster is absolutely a fantastic card. So I may or may not take out Curse of Dragon. I may or may not take out Gaia. I may or may not give him Gaia the Dragon Champion, but this is still a really good card even without other things. Because if you do look at it, you can use it. You can use it without the second effect. The tributing effect is a completely different effect for light fusion monsters. You can use it without that. So that is the main thing. If you look at his deck now, you can probably have a good idea what the best cards are. The good cards I'm giving him are Electric Virus, Light Hex Sealed Fusion, Monster Reborn, Gaia the Gaia Knight the Force of Earth is 100% his quote unquote good card. And if we look over our boys here, again, I don't have a fifth. There's not a really great fifth good card. Again, you can make arguments that Shield Crush, No One Cross Out, and Hammer Shot are good cards, but there's no fifth good card. And the reason behind that is because he has a lot of monsters with a lot of stats. As I said before, 1,800 is a big deal in the beginning of the campaign. And he has monsters that are in the 1,600, 1,700 range. So that is the main idea with this deck, is to give him a bunch of just good monsters to throw out, you know? So his quote unquote fifth good card is the fact that I'm giving him so many high attack monsters, basically. If you wanted to throw in anything, I would say Blade Knight would be his fifth good card. Just from the fact of it gaining the 400 attack, being a 2,000 attack like beater in the beginning of the game, probably a pretty good thing there. So these are this is basically what I would think of for the 5 powerful cards. And again, if you don't like any of my choices up here, any of these could be replacements, because these are again really good cards for the beginning of a campaign. Whose deck is this? This is the one that we are potentially. Again, all of this is still up to like any sort of interpretation. I'm only making the decks and handing them off to them. They can choose to keep the deck the way they are, or they can choose to change it up with the other cards I give them. But this is going to be Anthony's potentially starter deck. I'm going to make a couple of changes to the deck. Eventually there are going to be a couple of changes to everybody's deck, and then I'm going to be giving them like 10 to 15 other cards. So I just, kind of just, bleh, here you go, here's more cards. And then they can choose, they can make their starter deck. So this is the base that I have set up for him. We may or may not throw in Gaia the Dragon Champion. But yeah, this is the base we have going on here. For those of you who just joined, I'm just kind of showing off the decks. I haven't got all of them done yet, but the main idea is mostly normal monsters. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of his regular cards are normal monsters. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, he has. We have to change that. We're gonna have to change that, because that's not his. That's not following our rules. Mostly normal monsters in the deck. Equal spell and trap cards, because again, that is not ideal. This is not a good balanced deck right here. This is not how you make a good balanced deck. 5 of the cards I want to be really powerful cards, and 3 of the cards I want to be new cards. So for example, and 1 card among the 5 powerful cards has to be like a really, really good card. So like for Anthony, he's the only person starting off with Monster Reborn. No one else is getting the card. They can get it later, but Anthony is the one person starting off with Monster Reborn. And again, the reason behind that, the reasoning that I have, is the fact that he is going to get the most use out of Monster Reborn with his strong monsters that he can summon out, including like his fusions or his synchros. So that is the thing. Lou, I just watched the Vested session where you had your memory of the past and you had me crying, bro. Dude, I was crying. Scotty, I was actually crying, man. It was great. Because I put myself into the character, man. Whenever Quinn had seen what was going on there, dude, there was no way he wasn't crying. And I freaking got deep into that character, dude. I myself wasn't sad, but I was freaking going in. I can't wait for Vestige today. Vestige is gonna be great today. We're gonna get some neato things going down. But yeah, this is the idea. The main plan is to do something on the same level as this. I do have another one set up, and this one will look significantly less powerful. And it is there. It is that way for a reason. But we are going to, because mostly the deck isn't all the way created yet. But mostly we are going to see where the outliers are as far as these things I've told you. So if we take this over here, put this back over here onto the Anthony section, let's go ahead and grab these. Now, this one is going to look, again, a lot less powerful, I would say. Go ahead and put these together. It has a little bit of a difference because it's not doing the exact thing I wanted it to. But that's mostly, again, because the deck isn't completely made yet. But the general ideas are in there. So, if we look through the spell and trap cards, Shield and Sword will probably be moved out of this deck because I ended up making that go with an Anthony thing. But Banner of Courage is really good. Mystical Space Typhoon is really good. Foolish Barrel is really good. We have a lot of, like, again, some really nice staples here that are really good. Field Barrier, you guys know that she's going to be going with more field spells in the deck. Giving her Field Barrier right off the bat would be really good. Terraforming, absolutely crazy. Allure of Darkness, absolutely crazy. Soul Exchange, pretty decent. Night Beam, I wanted to give her some neat, just kind of whatever cards. As we can see here, her cards are not fantastic, but they are really good staples. That's going to be like one of the big things between certain people. Between Jake, Squeaky, and Anthony, they're going to have less staples than Will and Fomal for reasons. They're going to be revealed later, but those two are going to have more staple cards like MST, Foolish Burial, and stuff like that. Terraforming, Allure of Darkness, stuff like that. They're going to have more staple cards. For those of you who don't know what a staple card is, staple cards are basically cards that are put into a deck that you can get a lot of use out of, and that a lot of decks require to get going. MST has been a staple since the beginning of the game, for example. But yes, that is the main idea behind what those kind of things are. Will there be a only spell card deck? Probably not, but we can try. We can sure as heck go. The trap cards are a little bit more interesting. Obviously, everybody's gonna have Fate Trap, Castle Walls, Reinforcement, Verse Trap, Ultimate Offering, Magic Jammer, Call the Haunted, Jar of Greed. Again, Jar of Greed is a pretty big staple in a lot of decks. Call the Haunted is a staple card. Magic Jammer is a less powerful version of a staple card, but still technically a staple card nonetheless. Everybody has Fate Traps because it's the meme. But yeah, again, just a lot of good cards. Then we go into the monsters, and this is where things get interesting. So obviously, this deck seems very not powerful, because if you look at the cards here, there are not a great amount of power behind them. 1500, I think, is a outlier in this deck. I think 1500 is like one of the most powerful cards you'll see here. Let's go ahead and flip that over. Chaos Hunter is a good one. But also, I didn't want to show that one immediately, but there we go. We're already going to do it. Fine. So, the big thing with this deck is there are going to be much higher highs in this deck. There's Chaos Hunter, which is a really freaking like good card if you want to, if like you're going up against like other things. When you special summon a monster, you can discard one card, special summon this card from your hand. It is really good freaking monster to throw out. Caius. Do I need to explain Caius the Shadow Monarch to you? Caius is a very good tribute summon monster, 2400. One tribute. Target one card on the field, banish the target. If you do, inflict 1,000 points to your opponent. If it's a dark monster, you could literally use this on yourself to deal 1,000 points. Really, really good. Then we got little teeny Shadow Vessel, because Shadow Vessel is really cute. I do enjoy him. He's very, very neato. We got Trance Archfiend. We got Stygian Security. We got Mask of Darkness, Dark Geroid, a bunch of like effect cards. Now, again, this is not the full deck because it goes against a lot of the things I wanted to do, which is, you know, majority normal monsters. So we are going to replace some of these pretty soon. But this is where you start to see how big this deck can get. And then finally, we go through the rest of the Fiends, Sangan, Karibo, and then we go into the Zombies, which are also pretty good. We have the 1/1600 monster in the deck. And so as you can see, most of them are pretty low power. But again, getting some decently high attack points in the Zombies. We got Plague Wolf, we got Plague Spreader, and then we get Despair from the Dark, which again, if it's sent for a hand or deck to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can just bring it onto the field. That is a big thing with this deck, is this deck is going to be all about high highs. You know what I mean? You may notice we don't really have a one like fantastic card in here. That is because it is Caius. Caius the Shadow Monarch, I believe, is the one really, really good card for this deck. Caius the Shadow Monarch is absolutely freaking terrifying. So giving Caius, and again, Caius's little shadow boy here, which if you guys don't know about Lucius, banish one level 5 a higher monster from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. You cannot special summon monsters in your extra deck the rest of the turn. If this card is attributed for tribute summon, reveal all set cards your opponent controls. Your opponent cannot activate cards in response to this card's activation. You can only use the effect of Dark Lucius, blah 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 blah. It's just a little boyo. So yes, one of them, the main card of this deck is Caius. There's no going around it. Chaos Hunter is also can be considered a really good card, especially with all the special summoning that's going to happen in this game. Like again, we're in the Synchro era. Chaos Hunter is going to go crazy in this deck. We also look around, like again, like Stygian Security is a really good tuner. When it's destroyed in a battle, you can summon one Fiend monster from your deck. The only one that works with is really Karibo. But you know, I had to kind of like, you know, get things down a bit. But you know, we go over here, we see that there is Call the Haunted is an absolutely fantastic card. We go through Allure of Darkness is an absolutely fantastic card. Foolish Burial to work with Lucius is really good. Things like that. Like this is a very much a combo deck. And throwing out like big plays. I'm wanting to change it up a little bit because I do want it to be more focused on beasts. Because there is going to be a big thing between like Fiend and Beast in her deck. So I may cut out all of the zombies. But I may not as well. I don't know yet. I'm not 100% on everything yet. We also need to tone down the effect monsters in the deck. So I'm probably going to take out stuff like Stygian Security. I'll probably take out like Newdoria, maybe Dark Geroid, maybe Trance Archfiend. I don't know. More replace them with like some more like one cost or like normal monsters. But we'll get those when we put in the Legend of Blue Eyes set and things like that in the deck. But yes, this is definitely a strong starter deck. But it is not going to be what we end up going with in the very end. I'm going to put more beasts in. I'm going to put less zombies in. And they're also going to be getting one other really good card to go with the deck, but that's more a thing on the actual like character of the thing, so I'm not going to go into that too much. But don't believe me, they're going to be getting their 5. Then we go into the other people's decks. They're not done. None of them are done with Will's cards. I'm mostly looking at them as like weird cards for the time being. Will's deck is going to be all about playing different types of monsters. So when you look over at his stuff, we're not done. Obviously, there's only 3 or 5 cards over here. But if I look over here, like Will's deck's gonna be like having a bunch of like really weird aqua, dragon, winged beast, warrior, reptile, again, dragon, beast, aqua, machine. Like Will's gonna have just a bunch of weird monsters in his deck because that's gonna work with how he's gonna go with his cards, like his actual like vials and things like that. He's gonna be able to make different things to go through. Have we went through Squeak's deck yet? We have not gone through Squeak's deck yet. No. Um, so that is basically what's going to be going on with Will's deck. He's going to have stuff like Offering to the Doomed. I threw Ryoku in because I feel like Will is going to go crazy with this card. Legacy out of Garasu, of course, Fake Trap, and Solemn. This is going to be Will's big card. Like I said, everyone gets one big card, one big handsome big boy. Will's is going to be Solemn fucking Judgment. He's just going to be able to tell people no. Will is gonna be like, it's like, oh, you just pulled something. No. This is gonna be how I'm gonna justify making Will's deck a little bit less synergy focused at the beginning. It's gonna definitely go into his type of style later on that we're kind of going with his new cards. Yeah, I just want Will to have Solemn. I just want him to be like, no. Just tell people no. I may change that. I may give Solemn to someone else. Maybe I'll give it to Squeaky, or maybe I'll give it to Jake, or maybe I'll give it to Anthony, or maybe I'll give it to somebody else. I don't know. But I wanted one of them to have Solemn, and that's currently Will. So he's just gonna see something happen, and he's gonna be like, no. It also goes into the idea of them having more staple cards. Will is gonna have Solemn Judgment, gonna have Offering to the Doomed. Is going to have Quillbolt Hedgehog, which again is a great staple for like Synchro era, things like that. So that's going to be kind of what we're going to be going with Will's cards. Again, they're not all done yet, but they are. I'm still getting used to my new setup. I have all kinds of stuff on my desk that I need to move around. But that is the main idea with my boy Will's stuff. Again, the last three that we're doing, Will's, Jake's, and Squeaky's, are not done yet. They're just kind of ideas that we have thrown in here. For example, let's go ahead and bring Squeaky's over here. Squeaky is going to have a Beast Warrior and a Winged Beast deck. And the idea behind her is you can already tell one of the big cards, one of the big powerful five of her is going to be Miss Valley Falcon. Because of that, I'm still even debating on letting her have it. I'm honestly debating on letting her have this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna give her Miss Valley Falcon or not. Because it is just a 4-star 2000 beater. It's just, hey, you die. You know? It does have a pretty big back effect, but you can usually get over it by just playing a card down and then returning it and then playing it again in main phase 2. So he's a big boy, but may or may not stick with her. I may replace him with like maybe Harpy's brother or something. I don't know. We'll see. We have Harpy Girl, though, and that's gonna be pretty fun. Speedbird's pretty neato. Starting for the graveyards, target 2 level 2 monster graveyard and supposed to summon them. But you have to have 2 level 2 monsters there. So, and Sonic Chick, pretty good. Sonic Duck, pretty good. In fact, Sonic Duck is a 1700, is really good. So she's gonna have kind of a Winged Beast and Beast Warrior deck. There'll probably also be some regular beasts in her deck, but we'll have to go into that later. And of course, we see over here again just the idea that she's gonna have like a beatdown deck, Battle Ox, Beaver Warrior, Cybernetic Cyclopean is really good. When you have no cards in hand, this card gains 1000 attack, really freaking good. Hitatsumi Giant, which is literally just Cybernetic Cyclopean. The idea that is that she's gonna have a beatdown. Like, she's gonna summon monsters that are going to like just overpower or beat down her opponent. And she's of course gonna have like a field spell that kind of goes with things, but a lot of her stuff is gonna have to go with. She's wanting to be like the biker of the game. So I am gonna also try to have her deck work without field spells because she's gonna be potentially the one doing the turbo dueling. Which I'm wanting all of them to do turbo dueling, but Her one card that I'm giving her that is the big freaking one of the 5. She's starting off a Pot of Greed. And I know it's the meme. You guys can say the meme if you want to. It's not. It's definitely not old. But yeah, she's starting off a Pot of Greed. Obviously, Fake Trap. She's getting Horn of the Phantom Beast, which equips to a Beast or Beast Warrior that gains 800 attack. Because again, going for her beatdown type of situation. Dust Tornado is really good. Call of the Haunted is really good. Scrap Iron Scarecrow is pretty good. Phoenix Windwing Blast is pretty good. I'm making her deck really good because Squeaky out of everybody is probably the worst duelist. She hasn't really been that big into the card game. But her deck's going to be pretty good. And again, this isn't the full deck because we don't have everything completely done with it yet. But this is going to be kind of the thing here. It's going to be Beast Warrior, Winged Beast, and Beast. She's also going to have some sort of field spell that is going to work for Beast Warrior, Winged Beasts. But yeah, insert obligatory. What does Pot of Greed do? See, that's what I was saying. But yeah, that's going to be kind of what Squeaky's deck is all about. Is like using her beasts to do things and yada yada yada. She's also going to have Buggy Dog. Just thought I'd say that. It's Buggy Dog. she wants Buggy Dog, so she's getting Buggy Dog. But again, Miss Valley Falcon may or may not really become a big thing. We will have to see. And finally, with Jake's deck, I think Jake's deck is the least thought out so far. As far as like what cards I'm going to be throwing in there, I have quite a few that I want to give him, but again, they're all really strong right now, so I'm not sure what to do because I can't make Jake's deck too strong. Because Jake, we all know, he's probably among everybody in the actual like players. He's probably the best duelist out of the players. So giving him a really strong deck is going to be hard to go with. I want him to still feel like he's going to be like put into a corner. So we got some neato cards here. There's not really a big theme behind his deck right now. It's going to be a bunch of spellcasters, warriors, things like that. We got Keyman and Key Warrior, just like, be able to make him level 3. Got Copycat, not sure if I'm going to let him keep that or not. Magical Undertaker, which allows him to summon a level 4 or lower spellcaster type monster from your graveyard, which is going to be really good to bring back either Copycat or to get one of the other cards that's going to be coming with this. He's going to get stuff like White Magical Hat and other things like that that'll kind of work with this. Warrior Digreffer, just a 1700 beater, really good. Night Digreffer, or Night Daygreffer, my bad, is going to be kind of a good guy, Gemini effect going through, and he's going to have Dark Greffer, because I just give him all the Greffers. Just whatever, man. Just give him all those Greffers, right? But I'm not sure if he's going to keep all the Greffers. He may or may not keep all the Greffers. But I'm not sure if he's going to keep Copycat. Because again, Copycat's just a really strong card. However, I think that's where his big card is, so I'll do that last. He is going to have a lot of really good cards, like Brain Control, Shard of Greed, Magical Mallet. Has 2 Brain Controls in there. Get out of there. He's going to have a bunch of equip spells are going to be in the deck. That's going to be his main thing, is equip spells. So Black Pendant, Fair Meteor Crush, Lucky Iron Axe, Malevolent Nuzzler, stuff like that. I may keep Brain Controller in. I may not because he has Brain Control. But we'll see. But yes, it's going to be mainly his big thing, is he's going to have a whole bunch of other things. He's also going to have, I'm going to have to give him a tuner, because he will have a Synchro monster. That'll be one of his 3 new cards. So that is going to be an interesting thing. He will have our first new Synchro, which is going to be technically based off of an existing card, but, finally, trap cards. Dark Bribe, really good. Metal Morph, really good. Robin Goblin, Kunai with Chain, Blast with Chains, Field Spear, Reckless Greed, 7 Tools of the Bandit. I'm giving him Metal Morph. I feel like that is going to be really good for him. It's going to be his one big card. His number 1. You may be like, oh, that seems underwhelming for a big card. Jake's cards are all going to be about equip cards. And note I say equip cards, not equip spells. His entire deck's going to be based off equip cards. And Metal Morph, you can't tell me there's a better equip card out there than Metalmorph. You just can't tell me that. Metalmorph is so freaking good. Any monster gains 300 attack and defense, and when it attacks, it gains attack equal to half of the attack target. You cannot tell me that that is not going to be worthy of a ultimate spot in his deck. With the idea that he's going to gain more effects and more things based off of equipped cards. So one of the cool things I'm thinking about doing, I'm probably not going to do. One of the cool things I'm thinking about doing, though, is taking stuff like Kunai with Chain, Shield Spear, and Blast with Chain, and adding a little equip token beside of it. Just making actually equip traps. You know what I mean? Metal Megamorph? No. No. We're not talking about that one. One of the cool things I am thinking about is doing something like that. Is like making an actual like equip trap card. Like kind of thing. So like have a little equip like cross here, little equip cross here, little equip cross here. Just like you would see in like spell cards. The little equip cross right there. That way, they would still be considered on like equip cards, but they wouldn't be considered like equip spells. I'm not giving him United We Stand. And I'm not giving him Mage Power. Those two cards are not starting off in this deck. That is not happening. Kunai Whip Chain. I know, that's what I thought too whenever I was a little, but Kunai with Chain is supposed to be how it is. Yeah, he's gonna have a bunch of like equip cards. And I may redo all three of these to have their little equip token or little equip icons. And of course, Fake Trap, because everybody gets a Fake Trap. But yeah, again, he's the one that has the most underwhelming one like big card kind of thing. Because you know, I was gonna give him Change of Heart, ended up not doing it. But the reason he is going to be the one with the most underwhelming one of those is because it's going to work really well with the deck. But also, he's the best duelist out of all of them, so he's the one that's I'm going to have to worry about the most. So I'm going to have the other ones have a little bit of a leg up over him. Anyway. Oh man. We will see how things kind of go when it comes to finishing that off. I'm not sure who I'm going to have to do this. I might get Fomel or Kerbozy or something like that to do this. I know that you guys, this is a jokey like little thing here. You guys don't know what I'm talking about, but I do actually have a card in mind for like this kind of a thing. All jokes aside, it's horrible. But you know, it'll get better. It'll get better. There's another Blast with Chain. Once I finish all of their decks, I will give them all again another extra like 15 cards from like the first like pack that I'm gonna make. Because like the first pack is gonna be like, you know, the simple pack that is gonna contain like a bunch of like cards. Like maybe like I'll throw Gambara Knight in there. Maybe I'll throw none of these are like cards I want to throw. Compulsionary. Maybe I'll throw Cosmo Queen in there. I don't know. But like the main, that is how things are gonna kind of go there. What's all this then? What's all this then? I don't know, man. You have 43 minutes to watch the stuff that happened before this. I'm kidding. We're mostly just going over the creation of the room for my new 5DARPS campaign, which otherwise known as a Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds campaign. That's gonna happen in a couple of weeks / like a month or so. But yes, that is everybody's kind of cards. All you can see here that I've also been kind of playing around with some of these. Graceful Charity would have been really good to throw at somebody. X-Saber Annapurana would have been really good to throw at somebody. X-Saber Arbellum, obviously. Giving somebody some X-Sabers would be really cool. I may end up throwing those over at Will, just to give him some other warriors to have in his deck. And again, to have a tuner. But we'll see. They'll probably end up going nowhere. But we'll have to see. Because there's also, you know, the idea that like the X-Sabers are really good. I don't want to have too many absolutely fantastic cards right in the beginning of the game. Right in the beginning of the campaign, I mean. But we will definitely see and check them all out. Other than that, oh yeah, we have this over here. You guys had noticed before that I had messed up and had the negatives on everything. I did go and fix that. Let me go ahead and grab it so you guys can see. Da-da-da-da. There you go. There you go. Now they have pluses. So, you know, start with lots of life points. Bing, 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 bing. Get hit with Reaper of cards. Ah, fuck. But you know, I really like this this thing. Like note to Isaac's devs, like he's like all credit to him. He's really good at this. I made like the background here. I made like the actual thing, but he's the one that coded the actual calculator. I love it. It's so good. It is everything you need for a Yu-Gi-Oh game. He used it for a different thing though, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, they're all like with these, so I'll have to copy this over 4 more times and like replace all those around, but that's fine. All of the cards now, as we can see, it took me forever to do so, but all of the cards now do have the backs, the backs that we are going with for all of our cards. So that's really good. These backs, if you guys don't remember what me saying, these are like throwbacks to the original backs that are in the manga and in the in the original show. So I really do love them. I ended up making these myself. I used some patterns, but I also like messed around with the backgrounds, and I added the ovals and the things around. I'm actually really proud of them. But I really do like that we're going to be going with that. What are you gonna do if someone uses Shrink on Reaper cards? See, I don't want that to ever happen ever, so I'm probably just never gonna use Reaper cards. But if that ever does happen, you can just come up here and type in, I have like you can just type in the number if things end up going too crazy. Which again is such a good thing. This guy made like the best calculator in the world. He won't have Shrink in the game. Easy fix. Exactly. Just fuck Shrink. Forget Reaper of cards. Forget everything. I'll remake Reaper of cards. So the only thing I can kind of show you guys, we are going to be messing around a little bit. Let me go ahead and go to custom here, and I will take the card back off of this. This is how we're gonna kind of go into things. I've already made them, so it's not gonna be like showing you guys me making them or anything, but I have already go here, we go to deck. There we are. Do the card backs, go regular rectangle, go 45, we'll say, and then we'll go here. I'm so glad you guys can't see this now. Can't see me like scrolling through things. It was always a hassle to like hide stuff from you guys. These take so much to like upload that it is actually the reason that I was so happy to get rid of the original DARP, is because a lot of space was taken up by these here. But see, I just made a new deck of cards. Well, sorry for being a hassle. Sorry, my dude. But bing. We can see now that I have the first part of Legend of Blue Eyes in. A lot of these cards, these two in particular, I did, as well as this one, I had to redo because they wouldn't come in correctly, or they didn't have great art, or different things went down. Gravedigger Ghoul, I didn't even know existed, to be perfectly honest with you. But I ended up remaking the card entirely. I also brought in some alt art cards. So like we have this guy, the Fierce Knight, instead of the original guy, the Fierce Knight. But we do still have the original guy, the Dragon Champion. I ended up going through and changing a bunch of things. Follow the Wind, I think I also changed. No, I didn't change that one. You can tell because it has like the kind of camera look to it still. Flower Wolf, I may end up going back and changing. Flame Swordsman. Flame Ghost, I may end up going back and changing, as you can kind of see the bit of the silver in the text. from it being a rare card. Fissure. Final Flame I ended up making completely by scratch because I had to end up getting it in there differently because again it was a rare card. There's Exodia. Electro Whip. Did I do it to Electro Whip? I can't remember. I did it to one of the equip spells. I'm not sure if it was Electro Whip or not. New Art Dark Magician. I did this one specifically. When it came to the idea of like putting in new art of like old cards. Let me get the other one in here really quick. There's Celtic Guardian as well. Blue Eyes. I think it was Beast Fangs that I did. When it came to putting in alt art of like really big cards, I did it because of a certain thing that I said as Tess in the original DARP. Whenever she saw the old the Dark Magician from DARP, and she had saw it in its other look, she said, "Oh, so retro." So I wanted to make sure that Dark Magician in the future looked like its newest Dark Magician like art, like its coolest art. Because when she saw the old Dark Magician, she's like, "Oh, it's so retro," and I thought it was hilarious. I'm a funny guy, but yeah, I just have to do that a couple more times. The last one I need to fix a lot of cards in. And that's going to be kind of what I do at the end of this, whenever we're not doing much of anything. Yeah, that is what we got to do. So I got if I want to do it again, I have one more. So components, custom deck. Copy the card back, say 45, and then go for LOB2. I don't know if there's anything here that I've changed around or not. But yeah, I thought that I had to. I felt that I honestly had to do the Dark Magician thing because just whenever Tess said, "Oh, so retro," I stuck in my head ever since she said it, and I'm like, I have to make sure that we use a newer Dark Magician for the base Dark Magician card in this. So Reaper of Cards doesn't have to be in the game. Like, we can get rid of it. This really will be a slow start. Yeah, these are like, this is Legend of Blue Eyes set. So like, these are going to be mostly filler cards. Raised Body Heat, that's the one I redid. Also, I redid Regegi, because the arts on them weren't very good. Also, get back in here for a moment because I noticed a bad thing. How dare you betray me? Custom rectangle. I hate it. You see that right there, right? Whenever you do it like this, and you go to custom and you change anything, it restarts the entire thing. I hate that so much. That was the reason I had to go through all of these and change them individually and also go through all the other cards because that's what tabletop does for some reason. I hate it. Hate it so much. But yeah, most of the cards out of this set will be filler cards. They won't be like anything great in people's decks, obviously. Most of these are just going to kind of be filler for them to go into at a later time. We have the original Art Monster Reborn. Well, original Art Monster Reborn. I'll probably hand off to Anthony at some point. Right, I keep forgetting that card exists too. We have most of the arms and legs of the Forbidden One. I say most because unfortunately, one of them didn't want to come in. Had to remake Kinotama. Probably didn't need to put first edition on there, but you know, whatever. And then I have one more. I have LOB3, but that one isn't done yet. Each of them are going to have 41 cards in. LOB3 is missing 6 cards because I have to go and redo them. But that's basically everything like settled right there. And again, each of them has the card back. I think this looks so cool, by the way. Hold on. Maybe you guys can tell me or not. I think the spread looks so cool, especially whenever you grab them all and flip. And we see them all like laying out like this. That is so cool. I really love our card backs. Our card backs are so good. I'm so happy. Our card backs look so good, guys. I'm so like I don't usually get proud of myself for anything, but I am proud of myself for these card backs. Same, you can't flip one, make it do the wave though. You can not kind of do like this. Like I kind of whip them. Cha, wacha, wacha, wacha. But that's about it. Boop. But yeah, I love our card backs. I don't usually get proud of anything that I do, like artistic wise, but man, am I proud of that. Also, I did make this as well. I didn't make this thing on the front, but yeah, I didn't make this either. But I made the token. I made the thing. I put the 5DARPS logo on the back of a thing. I'm happy. I did it. I'm probably gonna change the front logo too. I don't know. What's with the circles? The circles over here, if you can see, one of them's red, one of them's like a gray, one of them is pink, one of them is purple, one of them is orange. Those are for Hunter Red, Fomal, Paladin Black, Anthony, Cleric Pink, Squeaky, Rogue Purple, Jake, and for Monk Orange, Will. That's what the circles are for. And this over here was me explaining the different ways that I'm making the decks. And then there's this, which again, if nobody's seen this, no one's seen my freaking dual runner over here made by Lindo. Holy crap! I love it so much. Lindo made me a dual runner, guys. I love it so much. I even put a logo on the front of it for no reason. It doesn't even work. Like, it sticks out. Look at it sticking out over there. I love it though. This is where the thing will go. Bayjon, thank you very much for the resubscription, my dude. Much appreciated. And thank you, Noobmaster 6000 9000 for the follow 7 minutes ago. Much appreciated. But yeah, there's not a ton left to really show. I don't think I have any new arts I can show off quite yet. We're still getting a couple of things settled, and some people are working very hard on other things for us. I'm gonna check and see if there's any other arts that I can show you guys that aren't too spoilery. Because if there is, then who knows? Maybe I can show them off. I could show off some of the other things that I've already shown you guys a little bit, just for the people who haven't seen them. Almost said something out loud I didn't want to. I'm checking, guys. I'm making sure. I'm seeing if there's anything I can show off to you guys today. I don't want to give too many things away though, you know. Lindo, do you think we should show off another one of your things without any context? Sure. Which one should we show off? Should we show confidence or should we show hunger? Pick the most concerning one. Should we show them hunger, Will? Or I said Will. Should we show them hunger, Lindo? Will just messaged me. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want to see hunger? Exclusive look. Hunger. Yep. People are just like, yes. You ask us if we want to see a thing. I would like to see the thing. Yes. Do that thing. Where do I have it saved? Screw it. I'll just download it again. Going to Lindo. Scrolling up. Beyond all the other things we've done. There she is. People are gonna immediately know what this is, though, Lindo. Just by the weapon, people are gonna immediately know what this is. I don't care. Let's go for it. Oh man. So guys, this is another spirit, potentially. Not a spirit, card. You know what I mean? I keep wanting to call everything spirits because like I'm pretty sure people are gonna want to make dual spirits like a lot more than they did last game. But this is another card that we are setting things up for. We've already shown you anger. We showed you an angy girl before. Let's show you a hungry girl. You guys want to see a hungry girl? Let's go. Are you guys ready for hungry girl? First time ever seen. First time ever seen hungry girl. Armaments card then? Yeah, it's an armaments card. There she is. There's our hungry girl. There is our hungry girl gripping on to the gravity axe Grarl. And she hungry. She hungry, you see. As we said with the armament cards, we wanted to make them out to be like the idea behind picking them up has them affect you in some way. If you pick up one of the guardian weapons and you aren't like the guardian, or even if you are the guardian, it somehow affects you in some way because there is some lore behind the wicked breaking Flambarg, like making Dark Lucius, right? So the idea here is that every single one of the guardian weapons do that, and anytime someone goes to pick them up, like this nice purple haired girl here, they get affected by it in some way. And the Gravity Axe Grarl makes them hungry, or makes them have desire, or makes them, you know, like have a lust for battle. So like this is lustful Ingen. This is hunger. This is desire. She is looking at things, and there's a little heart in her eye. You can't really see it very well here. She is very much she's very much in a state of battle lust, or regular lust, who's to say, or desire or hunger. That is the thing going through with this one. I have her name too. Hold on, let me go find it. Da-da-da-da-da. We don't have the actual card made quite yet. Eshirio. So I'm probably gonna call her Shuri, or Shurio. Eshirio is a word for yearning. So Esurio. Maybe you just call her Rio. I don't know. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Urio. But yes. We might end up shortening it to another name, but this is the Shirio, which means like a yearning or a desire. Lust or 5, yes. Lust or 5, yes. Because there are other things, different things you mean, and yada yada yada. It's actually funny too, because if we do end up going with that, and the thing for 5, I think there's gonna be 6. I think there are 6 guardians, right? So there are gonna be 6 of the people who are, there are gonna be 6 armaments. So we will see how things go. So gravity armament Shurio, kind of, or like again we'll go with like gravity armament Shurio, or it's like Shuri or something like that. Yeah. he had wanted to go with kind of like a traditional kind of barbarian kind of look with it, and you know, the binds and different things. I was like, my original concept was going with something like how things went in Chrono Trigger with like the one barbarian lady there. But I think that going with this and showing like the binds on like the neck and on like the chest and everything, I think this goes a lot better with it. I think this goes a lot better with what like the actual thing is here. We may change some colors up a little bit, because like I'm looking at this now and I'm like, oh, what if we change like the greens to like more of like the brown, like it's on the gravity axe, or even like going closer to the blacks or anything like that. But like I think she is perfect the way she is. She is our hungy girl, and she is ready to freaking go. We have one other one done. Um, we have one other one done, and that one's confidence. We'll see if we'll see if we'll show that one next time, maybe. Confidence is actually the first one we had done. uh and it's more of like a confidence or like a happiness or like an assurance kind of thing for that one. You know. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. Other than that, I'm trying to think, is there any other things to show you guys? Mostly I'm just going to be working on getting these new cards in. I'm going to be trying to make sure that everything is working smoothly. I got to test out the dueling stuff a little bit. Um, Confidence is probably your fave? Hell yeah. Confidence is really good. We did a lot of work on confidence, and confidence gave us like a bunch of ideas for what to do in the future with certain things, using the original art for confidence, or maybe like changing up the original art somewhat. So like we have all kinds of ideas for things, and it all came from confidence. Confidence did the best one. Um, Otherwise known as, let me see, what do we have for it? Fiducia? Fiducia, yeah. If they have both the Flambark and the Gravity Axe, would they be hangry? Probably. I'm debating on making. I know that we had like an idea as to how the cards are gonna be like assembled. Not assembled. How they're gonna be like kind of made when it comes to the attack and defense points and like star levels and stuff. I may end up making Hunger one of the stronger of them, because you know she has the fucking gravity axe. I may end up making her like an actual like good monster, even without being equipped to somebody. Like maybe her equip effect is okay, but like, you know, the fact that she can summon herself from being equipped, maybe I'll give her like an on summon effect. So like, you know, you're still incentivized to equip her to a monster, but like when she's unequipped, maybe that's whenever her stuff shines. Maybe that's whenever she's like, when she's unequipped, she gains 500 attack points or something. I don't know. We'll see how things go. I love the idea of messing with union monsters. Union monsters are so underused in the actual game that the idea between like going through things would be really fun. I'm looking at the things. When is the time? Hold on. Something's happening in just a little bit, and I want to make sure that everybody is able to go off and look at that want to. Ba, 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 ba. Making sure. 11:30. No, so it's 10 a.m. PS. Yeah, so that means another like 15-20 minutes. Okay, that's fine. And the Summoners Network, who do you think gets that Infinity Stone? Which Infinity Stone? Which one? Hunger? I'm kidding. Oh, gets what Infinity Stone? Oh, you want me to like go with that? I don't know. Anyway, what's up, Blue? Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing? This is a new stream. This isn't a continuation of last night's. All I know is this is the first thing in front of you. I mean, there's worse things to have in front of you in the beginning. There's actually going to be like one of her arts. I'm probably going to have her like there was in the original art. She had like a little puffy like breath coming out. I'll probably end up putting a little puffy breath on the actual art of the card. That'll be fun. I love her. I love our hungy girl. She's so good. Reflecting on how Grawl is one of the only ones with innate special summon condition. Yeah. Basically, I want them all to really complement their guardian or complement their thing. So like, um, maybe like something goes down, because like if we look over at the other card, hold on, let me grab this again. I guess I don't know. If we grab the other card, you guys can see that one of the big things on its effect. Darp set. There we go. You can see one of the big things on her effect is whenever something gains attack points, then they can destroy cards, which is really good. But that's something that Bao does. Whenever Bao does things, he gains attack. So that's why this card works with that. This card works with Bao in that way. It makes it to where whenever something goes up, then it goes there. The same thing's going to happen with Grarl. So like this one is going to work with Grarl's effect in the same way. Also, might as well, because we have the ability to. There she is. Yeah, there she is. Because we have the ability to. Put our armament girls together. Hey. There we go. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, hey, what's up? They ready to go. They ready to throw down. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm really liking it so far. The armaments, I think, are going to be the like one of the biggest archetypes we're doing, and I think that I'm very happy to get through with the armaments. Like those are going to be really neato. I've just now noticed how pale she is, like how pale she is in comparison. Like I just now noticed how pale she is in comparison to the other one. I mean, when you don't show any skin, like you have a lot of stuff for the sun to get on you, I guess. But you know, whatever. Or when you don't, I mean, you don't wear when you show a lot of skin. I mean, formal armaments, yes. There's gonna be one for twin swords. There's gonna be one for shooting starbow. There's gonna be one for a butterfly dagger, and there's gonna be one for fuck. What was the other one? um. Oh, the rod of silence. Yeah, yeah. There's gonna be those four left. Is Elma banned in this world? Yep. I'm gonna make it to where Elma can be used. I may change certain things about Elma, but if we don't have Elma, then we can't have this archetype. So we may end up, because the thing with Elma is she's banned for a reason, but it's not her fault. You know what I mean? Da, da, da. Like she's banned for a good reason. But it's not really Elma's fault that she's banned. Can we summon like she's going to face that butterfly diagram? Elma, when this card is normal, special summon, target one equip spell card in your graveyard, equip that target to this card. In essence, it's not that bad, right? But like the reason Elma is banned is mostly because of like an OTK, right? Da 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 da. Where's it at? Butterfly dagger Elma is the one that's forbidden. Oh, that's right. That's right. Butterfly Dagger Elma. The dagger is the one, is the forbidden one, not the other thing. Equip monster against turn attack when this card is thrown in the graveyard. You can return this card to your hand. It's not even that bad. Like, but it does have like OTK potential. I think that the actual OTK was where's it at? And do the ability to perform infinite loop. Yeah, basically it isn't even like a fantastic thing. It made like because it would equip to Gearfried, it would return, right? So like you could just keep going with that and make Royal Magical Library or something like that, like end up being completely crazy. Spell Absorption, Fire Princess, stuff like that. It ended up making it to where the card itself was unusable because of those other effects happening. Because like you could just keep playing the spell card with Gearfried the Iron Knight, and it would keep destroying it, putting it back in your hand, and then you'd keep playing spell cards for stuff like spell counters, or for stuff like when this spell card's activated, do this, or when this spell card's going to do that, things like that. So yeah, Butterfly Dagger Elma will definitely be available, but will probably change the effect to be a once per turn kind of thing, or something similar. Which I think they should have done it that way in the beginning. I don't think they should have completely banned the card outright. Because again, Guardians didn't need more things bad happening to them, you know what I mean? But yeah. I have 2 more little cherry tomatoes. And they're pretty good. I'm glad we finally got to show our Hungy girl. She doing good. I'm surprised we showed off Lindo. I'm surprised we showed off Hungy girl before we showed up Confident girl. I'm actually really surprised we showed off Yearning before we showed off Confidence. But you know, whatever. Also, one last thing. When it comes to the armament cards, each armament card is going to be paired up basically with another one. With like how they're like attack, defense, and star levels and stuff like that are going to kind of like go up. So for example, you see that both of these guys kind of work together in their art, right? It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. They're probably paired up together. Nope, they're not paired up together. They're not paired up together at all. Iratu here, or Anger, she's going to be paired up with Confidence, and Yearning is probably going to be paired up with Grief or Guilt. I believe is that one the one we're doing, or Sadness. I can't remember exactly. Sadness, Disgust, Greed. Yeah, those kind of things. So it's gonna be paired up with one of those, and each of them are gonna like be kind of paired up with each other, for a reason. Don't worry too much about that. But it is gonna play into how the armament cards are gonna work with their spell cards and with their other like cards that go with their things. So there are gonna be some pairing up with them. Yeah. Card once per turns were a rarity. That's very true. But like this one, it really needed to be like like erected by now. Like you don't just they leave it on the ban list out of basic like unwant to create Guardian support. The only reason Butterfly Dagger Elma is still on the ban list is because they do not want to do anything new with Guardians, so they don't want to reprint it. If they just reprinted Butterfly Dagger Elma, then it'd change everything. They just have to go like once per turn, or you can only equip it to the same monster once per turn, maybe, or anything like that, because that would immediately destroy the loop. If you couldn't equip it to Gearfried the Iron Knight multiple times in a turn, then you would be done. Or maybe like have it to where it returns to you during the M phase, or it returns to you at other things like that. Like there's so many different ways to go around it. They just don't want to make more Guardian support, because if they go to reprint Elma, then they have to have a reason to reprint Elma. You know what I mean? Armament is effectively the 7 deadly sins. I mean, confidence isn't a sin. They're all gonna have like good and bad connotations to them. And again, like we've all at this point we've all seen like stuff Soul, and we've all seen stuff um like Inside Out and stuff like that. Like everything is needed. Everything is kind of a need type of thing. Like even sadness, disgust, and stuff like that. They're all kind of a needed. Uh, Confidence could be pride. That's true. But again, there's not gonna be 7 of them. First off, but it is less 7 deadly sins than that. It is more strong emotions that can take over a person. And that's what I think the original Guardians were kind of based off of anyway. Because again, whenever they 100% did that with Wicked Breaking Flambarg. I need to see which one it affects now. I need to actually do that. Wicked Breaking Flambarg. I don't even know how to say Flambarg. Is it Flamberge or Flambarg? Because a lot of people got on me for saying Flamberge whenever I was a kid. It looks like it should be Flamberge, but a lot of people got on me. They're like, it's not Flamberge, idiot. I'm like, okay, cool, all right. You don't have to be so freaking forward. I don't even know you. You call me an idiot. What the hell? Yes. When it comes to the card storylines, the sword is the actual body of Guardian Bao, apparently, quote unquote. And a warrior Digreffer apparently chooses the dark path and path of destiny, and he has an encounter and defeats Bao's false body, and then he claims the sword as his new weapon. So then he turns into Dark Lucius, which is really funny. I think that's really cool. That is the canon of the Guardian cards, of that specific Guardian card, is that Warrior Digreffer turns into Dark Lucius because he's corrupted by the Wicked Breaking Flambarge. I think that's so cool. And that's kind of the idea that we've gone with for all of the armaments, is that whenever somebody picks them up, it either enhances a strong emotion in them, depending on which one they take, or it infects them with that strong emotion, and to a point where they basically just embody that one thing. So like again, like the hunger or yearning, or lusting, or anger, or like aggressiveness, things like that. And so one of them is confidence, and one of them is different things like that, sadness or grief or greed, or all kinds of things. But again, there are some overlap between the 7 deadly sins, but it's not really what I think they were going with the original idea with the Guardians. Ours is gonna have a bit of a tie-in with another thing. Lindo, you need to really shut me up. There is gonna be a tie-in to some other things with emotions, but that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's definitely you guys will like it. I think you guys will really like it. Yeah, here's our 2 girls. Linda's like, sure, man, I'll shut you up. I don't know how, but sure. Da-da-da-da. Let me just put them right there. If we ever like put all of them like in a line together, this is how they need to be lined up. Like there needs to be like maybe confidence here, and then Iratu, and then her, and then like we just keep making them like line up together in the lines. I don't know if confidence would line up well with this one though. I don't know. We'd have to see. I like the idea that she's mad because like she's oh man. I like the idea that she's super pissed at that Iratu is super pissed over here at Yearning, because it's like, fucking get out of here, go to horny jail. And she's like, I'm not horny, I'm hungry. Come on, there's a difference. But she's let's be fucking honest. I'm kidding. But yeah, I think that is gonna be me for the day, my dudes. I know we didn't have a ton of long stuff with the stream, but I do need to get the last couple of things for all of the cards in, and again finish up some of these things, and actually probably get some actual work done for some other cards. Um, Blue make new cards for the Guardian cards. Yeah, that's what these are. That's what we're doing here. These are the two arts for the armament cards, which are going to work with the Guardian weapons as well as the Guardians. And we're gonna have like magic and trap cards that use both the Guardian terminology and the armament terminology. Actually, before I go anywhere, last thing I want to tell you guys. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, guys. You made me remember a thing, and I think it's great, and it's one of the most arbitrary things they ever did in the original that pissed me off so much. It's like, why? There's no reason. There's no reason beyond that. I don't have the other one here, but yeah, the Raphael's cards, yes. In the actual game, there are Guardian support cards, but they don't work for certain cards that have Guardian in their name, and they have to specifically go through. This is why they don't make more Guardian cards. They have to specifically go through and they have to say it doesn't work on Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress. It doesn't work on Celtic Guardian. It doesn't work on this Guardian. It doesn't work on Reliable Guardian. They have things where it's like it doesn't work on all these other cards. I'm getting rid of it. I don't give a fuck. Sure, if I put a search card that searches up a Guardian and you use it to summon, you use it to get Celtic Guardian, fucking more on you, dude. What the hell? Why not? Wing Guardians and Celtic Guardians, they count now. It's so stupid that they didn't let it count. It works on it would work on anything. Any freaking thing. I'm taking it out. I'm taking it all out. I mean, here's the thing. Why would you want to get Gate Guardian if you can't bring him out? That's the big thing. There was never ever a big reason I would think that they would do it, except to stop people from like loading their decks with Reliable Guardians. Reliable Guardian is an okay Magic card, but come the fuck on. Hey, look, you put Link in the game. This is Celtic Guardian, man. Listen, Celtic Guardian is one of my all-time favorite cards. I actually love Celtic Guardian. But yeah, this isn't the players. This is something that the actual like legit Konami did. They don't make Guardian support because they don't want it makes him look like he's worried about hunger. They're just both like no. The reason they don't make more Guardian support is because first off, they just don't want to. Nobody's gonna make more. But second off, because anytime they make a Guardian search card, they have to exclude Celtic Guardian. They have to exclude Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress. They have to exclude Gate Guardian. They have to exclude all these other things that say Guardian in their name. And the reason they have to do that is because they're idiots and they think that that's going to actually make a big deal. Who cares if you have a card that searches Celtic Guardian? Who cares? Who gives a single shit if you have a card that searches Celtic Guardian? It doesn't even search obnoxious Celtic Guard. It just searches Celtic Guardian. Oh my god. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of that thing. If whenever the armaments come out, if any of them say that they search a Guardian, then yeah, sure, man. If you want to use that to get Celtic Guardian, that's all on you. Go right ahead. I'm probably gonna put Celtic Guardian in Jake's starter deck just for that reason. You can add one Guardian or armament card or armament card to your hand. I add Celtic Guardian. Why? I don't know, man. This is here we go. Bloop. Maybe we'll make Lindo. Maybe we can make more support for it. Like maybe we can actually turn Celtic Guardian into a Guardian card. Like maybe like make it to where like it's Celtic Guardian, but he's holding like one of the weapons, like he's holding freaking the shooting starbow or something. Like we can have like alternative Guardians. And then like for Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, we just see Winged Dragon, but it's got Gravity X Growl in its mouth. I want to do this now so bad. It's just Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, but it has Gravity X Growl in its fucking mouth. I love it. Oh my god. Why? Because Anthony has Justy Break. That's true. Justy Break is pretty good. But yeah. Guess Celtic Guardians getting prestige. Dude, that'd be so cool. Like, it would be super cool to have, we could have, like, you know how, like, it's called, we have Guardian Seal, right? Like, that's the one that uses Shooting Starbow Seal. We could have, like, alternative Guardian Seal, or like something like that, and that could be like Celtic Guardian, but with Shooting Starbow Seal, you know? And they'd have like a slightly different effect that would also work with the armaments. Oh my god, we're exploding with ideas, guys. We are exploding with ideas. I love the fact that like we could grab these old cards. Like, that's my absolute favorite thing, is we can grab these old cards and we can make new life with them with new stuff. So like, this would be Celtic Guardian, but like, instead of picking up his blade that he has here, he either has the Shooting Starbow Seal, or maybe he has the Twin Swords of Flashing Light, or maybe he has maybe he's the one that gets Gravity Axe, because like his weird like freaking axe helmet thing, because like he's just like, yeah, whatever, I'll take Gravity Axe, fuck it, I'm now the Celtic Guardian Barbarian or something, you know. Unorthodox Guardian Seal. Obnoxious Guardian Seal. If Jake uses a card together, make that combo into a card. We'll see, man. I really wanna mess with this. I love the idea of bringing like card lore together with like actual like real life occurrences, and like the fact that like we can take something like this and we can mess around with the idea that the reason Celtic Guardian is connected to these guys is because of a Konami thing that they bullshitted into existence, but we took that bullshit and made something cool with it. That just blows my mind so much, and we're doing it. We're doing it, man. It's just gonna happen. We could just make them all fusions. Crimson Dragon. We can just make them all fusions. Okay, no, my brain is getting too much. Or maybe we can make them spirit monsters instead of union monsters. Or my brain, my actual brain, or tuners. Oh my god. I'm so looking forward to it. And again, like Celtic Guardian, like we could go with like the original name for Celtic Guardian, because Celtic Guardian has like, he's just like elf swordsman, right? I think that's like his original name is just elf swordsman. So like we could just take that and like just call it like Elf Guardian or something like that, you know? Yeah, his original name was just Elf Swordsman. Like that's you know, whatever. So like we could just call him like we can just call him like Elf Guardian or something, or we can call him like something like that, or we can call him like Shooting Star Guardian instead of like, yes, I did it. Instead of, okay, so you know how there's Guardian Bow, right? There's Guardian Bow. Instead of having Guardian Bow, we could have Wicked Guardian, you know, or Breaking Guardian. Like we can have it to where like the other part of the other name goes into it. So like if we gave Celtic Guardian Shooting Starbow Seal, he could be Shooting Star Guardian, or like something like that, you know? I'm loving it. It's my brain is working. Brain's getting in the power. I'm getting my brain is too powerful for my own head. We're getting it. Like Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress could be again, if we give it Grarl, we could call it like Gravity Guardian or something. It's gonna be great. Brain go burr. It's in the notes. It's in the notes. How many waterfalls are in the notes, Lindo? Gravity Guardian. Nine? All right, good. Butterfly Guardian. That's true. Some of them may not work as well. Like the Rod of Silence. We could call it like the Guardian of Silence or something. Or like that'd be something. Like we could be like Guardian of the Stars, Guardian of Silence, Guardian of Gravity. You know? And like this is just like shows like all these old art cards. Um and for like the butterflies, I don't know where that would be, like Guardian of Butterflies. I'd probably go with like something like Guardian of Fairies. Let's see what Elma. Let's go check on Elma again. Let's see if there's any alternate stuff for that. Butterfly Dagger Elma. Yeah, there's no other thing to go with that. Well, it's just because the actual weapon is a butterfly dagger, right? So like we'd have to like call it something else potentially. Like we could think of something else to go with it. Like we could call it like where is Guardian Elma? Where is it? There's Guardian Elma. Okay. Looking at Guardian Elma, I don't think there's any other names that she has. Watcher? That's actually cool. Uruma. No. She's a fairy, so we could be like Guardian of the Fairies or something like that. Guardian of the Throne Room. That is another one. Yes, that is another card that has that. So like we would have like she would like honestly she'd probably be the best one for the butterfly dagger, to be honest with you. We'd have to get both Winged Dragons because there's Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #1 and there's Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #2. So we'd have to have both of them. Both of those would be in there. The red one and the blue one. Like that'd be like they'd be two of the Guardians. We have to get Reliable Guardian in here to like find that fucking Night Boy from Reliable Guardian. Dude, I'm so into this. I'm actually so into this idea. This is why I like having these streams. This is why I like having the creation streams, like the room creation streams, because I do get ideas whenever I talk to people about it. I get ideas whenever I bounce ideas off of people, but nobody wants to do that. Guardian of the skies. That'd be something. Instead of like naming them after the specific weapons, we could be like we could have them be like Guardian of the Elves, Guardian of the Skies, Guardian of the Stars, Guardian of things like that. All kinds of them. There's all kinds of different ideas that we can go with. Oh, I'm so happy. This is gonna be fun. We're getting 6 new monsters, another 6 new monsters. That's basically the archetype right there. Like that's a lot of cards when you think about it. For an archetype, that is a lot of cards for like an archetype. Like that is a full range, because if you then add in the actual guardians, that's too many cards. We might have to turn some of them into, again, extra deck monsters, and turn some of them into potentially other things. Honestly, making them all extra deck monsters might not be a bad idea. Yeah, we might have to make like these 6 into extra deck monsters, just to keep having like certain abilities to like make a deck with, Like, because Jake isn't going to use all the guardians. I don't think he's not going to use all the actual guardians, but he'll probably use all of the armaments. I don't know. We'll see. New guardians can be synchros. Very true. Just make them all into synchros, or make them all into fusions, or make them all into freaking ritual monsters or anything like that. Because again, in our thing, ritual monsters are going to go into the extra deck. So maybe their quote unquote ritual card would be the spell card, or the weapon, The possibilities are endless. Ah, I love the idea of this. This is so good. If we wait a minute, if we go for twin swords of flashing light, no, that's not gonna. That wouldn't work, right? I was gonna say if we went with twin swords of flashing light, we could put in Wing Guardian, Guardian of the Fortress 1 and 2, and each of them have a like a twin sword in their mouth. But no, I think I want them to have the other things. I think I want them to have like the big weapons, so they would have like the Wicked Breaking Flambarg and the Gravity Axe because they're fucking dragons, you know. Making both synchro and fusion. That's very true. I can make them whatever the fuck I want. I can make a new card. I could turn them into freaking like they could be bright pink cards, and I'd call them lacrosse cards. They're cross cards. I can make a cross card. There we go. They're cross cards. They have a pink border. It's great. It's fine. Field spell weapons graveyard? Yeah, probably something like that. Maybe red? Maybe. Guardian of Dewey. Make him exceeds. I already said no exceeds in the game. Not a single one. Don't even joke with me about that, Lindo. I don't go back on my word, except I do. All the heckin' time. Kind of like whenever in regular DARP I said there wasn't going to be any synchros, and then there were synchros at the end. I'm kidding though. Literally no exceed cards because I don't trust myself. I do not trust myself to put exceed monsters in this game. I lived through that era. I lived through that era where there were both like synchros and exceed monsters. It was a dark time because there was nothing to balance. There was nothing yet to balance the chaos. I lived through that era. That was my era of Yu-Gi-Oh. I just put links instead, yeah. Brain blast. Don't worry about it, guys. It's fine. All right, so don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. I just had the biggest brain blast of my life. Not links. Not links or pendulums. Fuck that. Get everything out of here. No weird cards. Nothing going on. I had a big brain blast that had nothing to do with any of the conversation we just had. Completely different idea for Celtic Guardian. It's gonna be great. I got such a big, oh my gosh. Write it down. All right, you're right. I should write it down right here. Big, or as Lexi would say, big brain. There we go. I did it. I wrote it down, guys. We're not gonna be doing. We'll think about potentially doing other DARP stuff like after this one. Once this one starts, even guys. I'm not even thinking about anything happening afterwards. I'm not even thinking about like VARP or freaking Arc DARP or Yu-Gi-Oh DARPsel. None of those are even in my brain right now. In fact, if I were to make another Yu-Gi-Oh game after this, it'd probably be based on like a different game entirely. Probably be based on like one of the games or like something. Maybe I'll make Dungeon Dice DARPs. Regular version of the Dark Synchros be here, Frozen Fitzgerald. I may or may not. There definitely will be Dark Synchros. There may or may not be those Dark Synchros. It really depends. 100% there's gonna be Dark Synchros though. I just have to actually, do it at some point. But yes, my dudes, I think it's time for us to end things off here. I don't know where. I honestly have no idea. I'm gonna go and check on. I'm gonna go check really quick because I'm pretty sure that I can find it. Da 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 da. Go down. Where are they at? Where are they at? Do they not link anything? How dare they? I will find you. Do not think I won't. Da, 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 da. There it is. Whoop. We're gonna give these boys a raid. I'm gonna send you guys over to Castle Point Anime Con. Oh, sent me a thing. Let me go look. Let me go look. What you got me? What you got me? Oh, oh yes. I forgot I had you do that. I honestly forgot I had you do that, Lindo. Thank you very much for playing that down. We're gonna send you guys over to Castle Point Anime Con. Our boys Izzy and Carrie are over there as guests right now doing a game. So we're gonna send you guys over there so you guys can go and hang out with them. Please, everybody, make their way over there. They don't look like they have a lot of people. I cannot raid them. / raid. Really? I cannot raid this channel. All right, let me just grab the actual thing then. We're gonna send you guys over there. For some reason, it will not let me raid them with you guys. It's an event, makes sense. You can't, I guess, but like that seems really dumb. I'm gonna send you guys over there. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves over there. Let them know that you guys are having a good time. Stick around for them. Let them like give them all your love. There is the thing where you guys can go there. It is the Castle Point Anime Con. It is linked right there. Click it. Say hi to them. And later on, I'll see you guys over on Vestige if you guys want to show up over on the Blazing Agile Crow channel. But yeah, that's right. Kirito from Kirito Abridged is in there, guys. You guys don't want to miss it. Kirito from Kirito Abridged is there. But yes, I cannot believe I can't freaking raid them. That is so cringe. It's so great. All right, I'll talk to you guys later, my dudes. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, guys, like always, later days.